after a pretty dramatic episode yesterday with new signings and money flying left, right and centre and trying to get deals done and not being able to get deals done and trying to get deals done and getting deals done and that game against Barcelona, I'd rather today was a little bit calmer. Don't you? You see, Sergi Dada is the league's top goal scorer so far. Defensive midfielder, Sergi Dada has 19 goals so far this season in 25 games. No wonder Espanyol are running away with the league if a CDM has 19 goals. We start with, we start with this simulated game against Cartagena, and then we've 3 more difficult games on paper. Mark Cardona with a brace there to give us a 2-0 win. Thank you very much. We start with that victory, and hopefully we'll continue that form on throughout the rest of the episode, and fingers crossed throughout the rest of the season as well. It's Real Sporting next, then Vallecano, then Zaragoza, as we continue to try and ensure that we get automatic promotion this year. You can see Real Sporting are 4th currently with a game in hand, can come up to 48, so that would put them 7 points behind us, and then if they beat me next and win their game in hand, then that would put them just 4 points behind. Hang on, where are we? Yeah, put them 4 points behind me. So, yikes. So fingers crossed we can get victory against them, or at least avoid defeat. Avoid defeat. That's the most important thing. Zaragoza are 9th and chasing a playoff spot, so they're not going to be an easy pushover either. And they've got a game in hand too. Unfortunately for Vallecano, despite having that game in hand as well, they're not necessarily having the most amazing of seasons. But he's quite tight there in the midfield, and they're only a couple of results away from maybe pushing themselves towards that playoff picture. Lombardo is going to ask for a little bit more football here, which unfortunately at present I'm not able to offer him, but fingers crossed by the time we get to next season we'll be in a position to offer those fringe players a little bit more football, because obviously we've a handful of loanees that we've already lost this season, and we'll have a handful more that we'll be losing over the course of the season as well, or over the course of the summer. So there's still plenty to be done with regards to transfers, because our squad is not that big, and after that it's going to be a case of trying to improve in the areas where we already have our own players, rather than just replace players in areas where we've now lost someone that we were using quite regularly in the starting lineup. So fingers crossed we get the results today. We've got new signings in that'll be either making the debuts or playing a major part in proceedings, and fingers crossed. Let's have a look. Sporting drew their game in hand. That's good for us. That's very good for us. Now, if Alcacon could drop some points as well, and if we're able to go and beat Sporting here in this first played game, then we look very solid indeed for that second spot. We could really make a statement today about automatic promotion. Do drop the video a like, please, continually if you're enjoying the series, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to make sure you don't miss out on any of this save. Follow me on Twitch on the link down below to make sure you don't miss out on any Football Manager. FM will be coming to either this YouTube channel or the second YouTube channel at some point in the future. At present, I don't know when, but it is coming. It just won't be in the immediate future. Just bear with me in that fact. The content will come, and when it is going to come, I will let you know. Right. Let's go and improve morale a little bit with this press conference. Sergi Dada scored another 2 goals, and then hopefully get some points on the board. Sporting have Diego Marinho in goal again. He was very good against us last time. I can't recall the score against Sporting. I do though now know how to say Djurjevic up top. Thank you very much for your feedback in the comment section of that when I asked for it. Obviously, I try and get pronunciations correct if I can, and I wasn't sure how to pronounce that particular accent in that particular language, and you guys were kind enough to tell me how. And obviously, if I continue to get some pronunciations wrong, then do tell me phonetically in the chat, in the comment section, how to pronounce stuff, and I'll try my best to ensure that I get it right, because you know, why would you not want to say things the right way? Oh, if there's a little bit less weight on that, it's a gorgeous ball, but he's kind of hit that with a concrete boot rather than a leather one. Depay to Lyon is a big move. Sorry, Depay from Lyon to Inter Milan is a big move. Not a player we'll be coming up against in the immediate future, but maybe in our European exploits later down the line, we'll end up coming up against Memphis Depay. Who knows, we may even end up buying Memphis Depay. We got the Manager of the Month award last time out, and, well, I'm pretty apprehensive about having the Manager of the Month curse against us, but fingers crossed it doesn't turn out to be. How's your ball control? Don't get the chance to test it because it's picked off. Kufre through that gap. Not through that gap. Rosas lifts it into Manu Garcia. Forward to Kumic, Gragera, out to Rosas again, lofted into Djurdjevic, who brings it down really nicely, gets the turn in, but thankfully there's an extra defender in the way, and he's not able to break free. Right, Sanchez. I'll show you actually after this game how well people have been growing in the squad, because we have seen some really good growth from a number of areas in the team so far this season. Cardona, that was supposed to go all the way out towards... I don't know where that's going. Oh, it's a clearance. It's supposed to go all the way out wide to Mbula there, and it just didn't. Mbula's been growing really nicely in this save so far, as have a number of other players. Obviously, we've had a couple of position changes, most notably in Sewer, so that's seen him shoot up in rating, where obviously, ordinarily, he wouldn't have grown quite so much. Can we find him with a cross here? Oh, no. But we can find Cardona, apparently. And he... Oh! Comes within inches of burying that in the bottom corner and giving us a 1-0 lead. Cardona's up 3 ratings as well this season. Started at 74, now 77. Annoyingly, it does mean that his value is going up with his overall, meaning he's just going to be more and more expensive to buy next season, should we decide that we want to bring him back to the club permanently after this loan spell, which has been relatively successful so far. My top goal scorer in the league, so I think it's not relatively successful. It has been successful. We're currently 0-0 here, though, after that post hit, and we haven't been that successful in front of goal so far in the opening half an hour, but neither of Sporting, so we're still holding on to the point that we would probably take if you offered me a kick-off. Like, if you guarantee you don't lose this, would you be happy enough? And I'd have said yes. Manu Garcia, a goalless first half, but chances for either side. Cardona's not quite going to get to that. And Gragera is going to push forward here. Ball over the top is decent. Kufre has probably been one of our best performers this season. If Danny Rodriguez and Mark Cardona up top have been 2 of our best offensive players, then certainly Kufre has been the standout man at the back in the other end of the field. I still am not overly happy or overly comfortable using Insua, but I'm going to persevere with him because, well, he has the potential to be an absolute worldie, so I want him to try and realise that potential, but I haven't necessarily excelled with him or even really done much with him at all in this first season at Mallorca, but there's still plenty of time for players like that to grow and to really have the impact on the first team that we dream that they will do come the end of the save. It perhaps means that we might have to be a little more patient, and it may mean that we aren't as successful as quickly as we might hope to be here at Mallorca, but I'd rather... Oh, it's a nice turn there, actually, to be fair. I'd rather kind of get that success with players that we've built from within than just kind of buy players in and get success that way. And he should be finishing that as well. At least forcing a more difficult save out of the keeper. He's a bit of a camera save there and just leapt away when he could probably have just taken a single step to his left and caught it. Oh, it's not the best of passes, but it will reach Fabas. Can you have another go here? I'll look for Insua. Out of his feet. Ooh. Out of his feet and into possession of the opposition is where it went. Come on, Insua. Be better, please. Be better. We get an assist instead. No. Central to Manu Garcia. Slightly nervous about where they're going to go here. They've got a lot of bodies forward. It could open up a counter-attack if we can sneak it off them, but we're very good in possession, Real Sporting. With 17 minutes to go, it's still anyone's game. And if it weren't for Koke Vegas, it might well be their game. Good save at the near post from our new goalkeeper. Djurdjevic going off now for them. And Campuzano coming on in his place. That's a decent delivery. And Mbula has to win that header. Is it a throw or a corner? It is another corner for Real Sporting as they make another substitution. Diaz again will take the corner. Gragera, the books man, has gone off and Mendes is on now. Saul, I'll be honest, I was slightly worried that the keeper wasn't going to get to that, but he's held it well and won the free kick. Here's Borja Lopez. Lifted nicely into Manu Garcia, and they've got movement all around here. I can't get to that. No, not now! Mallorca players fall to the floor in frustration and disappointment, and Real Sporting might have just kept their automatic promotion hopes alive by picking up a late winner here. Ball played over the top, and he dropped a lot further forward than the rest of their attack, but one defender had followed him, so he was onside. And unfortunately, that might be all she wrote here for us. Oh, God. We've had plenty of opportunities to get goals ourselves and not taking them, and we are going to pay for that. It's going to be a pen as well, isn't it? Oh, good. When it doesn't rain, it pours. And it is flooding here at the Visit Mallorca Estadi. And the goals might be flooding in as well. Real Sporting with a chance to rub salt in the very fresh wounds as Manu Garcia misses the pen and hits the post. But time is over in this game. I will not have the chance to get it up the other end of the field, no matter how quickly I try and move it. And Sporting will win this game by 1-0. It's defeat in our first of the 3 played games today. And of all the 3 that I would have wanted to ensure that we got a win in, we don't. We hit the woodwork ourselves as well. We probably deserved a draw, but one final throw of the dice from them, and they've managed to work the winner. 4 points to gap to Alcorcon, 7 points to gap to Sporting, and, well, 18 points to gap to Espanyol. Dimitrievski in goal for Vallecano. Jose Pozo, as we mentioned last time we played them, formerly of Manchester City. You got Mario Suarez in there, who scored against us last time we played Vallecano, of course, wearing the captain's armband, the former Atletico Madrid man. They're kind of mirroring my formation, but we are pretty in pink. And hopefully the formation will be just as good looking by the time we come to the final whistle. Just trying to stand him up. There we go, the ball popped free and Andrade stepped in well. Been quite impressed with Andres Andrade so far in his time as a Mallorca defender. Look out wide here to Kufre. I'm going to try and drive. Whoa, Advincula's rapid. You see the speed he come across at me there? Bloody hell. There was no way I was going to be able to do anything with that. There, Advincula is... Does he got a pace of like 9,000? Advincula. My God. Acceleration of 93, sprint speed of 93. Yeah, I can well believe it. Jesus Christ. That took me by surprise he came flying at me so quickly. Vallecano are a side we should be beating. They do have some recent history in La Liga, in the league above, but certainly this season at least, they are not challenging in the promotion picture. A win against us could bring them back into contention, perhaps. Danny Rodriguez has had the space open up for him. Oh, bloody Advincula's there again. Right, I'm going to attack down the right-hand side, I think, for this game, because anywhere Advincula is somewhere we're not going to be able to maximise our potential offensive efforts. Get this out to Mbula here. Hopefully Garcia's not just as quick. He's not as quick, but he certainly was fast enough to cause me some problems there. Fabas to Insua, trying to make sure I play the right pass at the right time. Cardona, here we go. Oh, he elected not to close me down, Advincula, on this occasion, so we were able to get the shot away, but the keeper saves it well. How's your touch? Not bad, Kufre. Rate that. Sanchez again, looking for Danny Rodriguez. Advincula can four-letter word off. Through to Guerrero. I'm just backing off a little bit because there were some options there. And look at the man on the far right-hand side. It's going to be played in here. Garcia. He's elected to go outside rather than where the space was, which might well be a bad decision. Oh, he's played in here, though. Oh, no. Get rid of it. Panic stations. It's all right. Ismael Casas finds Insua and will actually... Oh, stop. Go the other way, Ches. Advincula. It's just the bane of my life so far in this game. Right. Come on, Mbula, what we got? That's a nice sharp turn inside, and he's away from the defenders, and he could go all the way. He could send Insua through. Oh, why can I not do anything with Federico Insua at the moment? Really good chance, but the ball just got stuck under his feet, and when he came to take the shot, the defender was there to stick a foot in. Throw your minds back. Cast your minds back to the FIFA 17 Cambridge United RTG, or was it 19? It may have been 19, where Emmanuel Sabi, when we brought him into the club, Advincula's gone walkabout, so I can run in on the left-hand side here, where Emmanuel Sabi came into the club and at striker and played 19, in fact it may have been 17 or 19 games without scoring a goal before he then finally clicked, started scoring, and then became our top goal scorer at the club for the next 2 back-to-back seasons. I'm hoping Insua is going to be an Emmanuel Sabi-style explosion of talent rather than, well, insert failed wonder kid here. But at the minute, it's just not working. Ah! Oscar Valentin back to Fran Garcia as they've come all the way back to the halfway line from their own corner. Leganés are now 2-1 up against Lugo. Leganés pushing for a playoff spot in the league right now. Casas got in the way of that, but then the ball got away from him. Garcia into the middle, and that has to be and is 1-0. Vallecano. This time, Kufre can't track the man at the back post. Was having words with his goalkeeper there, saying, "Why did you not come for it?" And the keeper was saying, "Why did you not clear it?" The answer was, I don't think either of them could have gotten there. It was just that good a cross from Jose Pozo. Space well worked there, as I committed with Casas, but that came from his poor touch. And yeah, nobody was going to get to that cross. And it was just a simple tap in from at the back post. Well volleyed. Jose Pozo makes it 1-0 Vallecano. Our promotion... Oh, God. Our automatic promotion push is taking a bit of a battering here, isn't it? Here's Santi Comesana. Flattened the defender. I love that. Thank you. Kufre doing enough on this occasion. And now Advincula's pushed forward. So now is the opportunity to break in behind him. Here he comes tracking back. 1,000 miles an hour. Go away, Advincula. I've not had as much disdain for an opposition defender for a very, very long time. Mark Cardona's been quiet today as well. We have not been good offensively in today's episode so far at all. And Bula, though, wins that back nicely. And we could do something here. Here's Ismael Casas. It was arguably his mistake that led to their chance to go in front. Cardona will look for Insua. Now, please! Oh, Federico! 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 And Jose Pozo over the top. Guerrero's in. I can't close him down quickly enough. And Vallecano grab a second. What's happening today, boys? We just can't seem to do anything. He's on his own. It's probably me drawing the defender out of position, but... Oh, dearie me. I'm not sure entirely where I'm going wrong today. I just can't seem to click going forward and are falling apart going backwards. Now here's Vallecano pushing forward again, and the ball round the corner. Oh, and that's a tame one. That's a really tame one. Oh, dearie me. Things need to change at the moment, and I don't know what those things are. We are falling apart away from home against Vallecano. Pretty in pink in the kit, but an ugly display. We've not been playing good football today, or even close to it. Vallecano 3, Mallorca 0. The final whistle goes, the pain is over, and the result is final. Vallecano 3. Well, that will give them a boost with their promotion push, trying to... Well, I say promotion push, just the off chance of them being able to get into the playoffs. It certainly doesn't do our promotion push any favours whatsoever. I mean, you can't recall Ndiaye till the next transfer window, so that's at the end of the season. So good luck trying to get him back between now and then. The gap to Alcacon is now 3 and Sporting 5. So as we lose, again, other sides aren't hounding us. We're getting a little bit lucky that other teams around us aren't necessarily performing that well either. And at home against Zaragoza, I am now pretty desperate for 3 points. One change for me in this game, that being that Ndiaye is recalled to the left-hand side of midfield and Danny Rodriguez has been moved back central. So Federico Insua, probably just for this game, as I've been getting a bit frustrated with him in this episode so far, will be dropped to the bench. Zaragoza have Haris Vukcic up top. I don't really recognise many of the other names there, if any at all, to be completely honest. So I don't know whether this should be a straightforward victory for us or it's one that we should struggle with. Based on today's form, I mean, I could probably play bottom of the table and struggle, couldn't I? Really not playing good football today, and I desperately need a performance. And actually, I say I've made one change. I made 2. Pudge starts on the left-hand side of the midfield 2 as well, ahead of Sanchez. So 2 changes to my starting 11 for this game against Zaragoza to try and get some changes to our overall results. See if it works. I mean, he's recovered from the knock already. Look, you can see there's no plus symbol next to him there. Diego looking to have an impact. Get his first team spot back if he can. He did actually ask to play this game, which is another reason why he's in the starting lineup, just to try and keep morale up. If you have an unsettled player, it can affect the morale of the rest of your team as well. It's a nice ball over the top, but we're in the way. And Russo will just loft this, looking for Mbula to try and clear the lines. Another game where we are not clicking offensively. But thankfully, Zaragoza are pretty similar at the moment. Mbula's... Well, he may go all the way here. It'd be a hell of a goal if it is. Alvarez with a great save. Mbula, all of that effort, sprinting down the field. And no goal at the end of it. Cardona can't win the header. Finds himself on the floor and flattened. Fabas delivers again. And then Di is up. Adrian, keep that in. Well done, Fabas. Right, come on. Man at the back post. Oh, yikes. Terrible cross. I was hoping to try and buy Cardona in the period between the January window and the summer again in these last few months of the season, but unfortunately it's only offering me the option to terminate the loan. It isn't giving me the chance to buy him like it did with Koke Vegas earlier in the season. Why that might be, I'm not sure. But I'm going to have to wait till next year to buy Cardona if we decide that he is the man to fire us to glory for another season. Hopefully, he can fire us to glory this season as well. And I could do with a goal in this second half, please. Cardona, Danny Rodriguez making a decent run. Just need to find him at the right time. Please get to that, the head of the keeper. A goal for Mallorca. How long have we waited to say that today? A goal for Mallorca. Mark Cardona with the assist. Danny Rodriguez through the middle. And Insua not covering himself in glory when pushing for that first team spot. Danny Rodriguez might get the run out continually at Cam in the next episode as well. And maybe Insua can have that impact off the bench again, as he did earlier in the season, which is when really he was playing at his best, having an impact against tired players. We've had 31% possession, still not playing well. 31% possession, but I mean, we're the home side. We should be playing the more offensive football, but this feels like it could be a bit of a smash and grab for us, let alone the opposition. Cardona looking for Danny Rodriguez again, but on this occasion it is a poor pass. Thankfully, though, the previous one was a good one. So we have our 1-0 lead, and my God, am I desperate to hold on to this. Kufre around the corner into Pudge. Cardona finally offers himself as an option in a decent position, but gets the ball taken away from him. Zaragoza could potentially catch us on the counter here. Thought for a minute that wasn't going to be the best of passes, but it does find who it was intended for. Alegria can get it out wide left to Sola, forward from left back, and Casas does just enough. Excellent defending from the youngster, expecting some good growth from him continually throughout the course of this save. I think that earlier on in the episode, I might have said in a highlight I'd show you the growth of players so far in this save at Mallorca, and I have forgotten to do so, but I will endeavour to remember to do so at the end of this game, at the end of the episode, to show you the growth so far in the side. Rodriguez around the corner, Cardona trying to just show the defender one way and go the other. Diego, could he win that back? He's done well. He showed great strength and pace to get to that. Whether Diego is a player we look to sign permanently, I really am not sure. But he and Danny Rodriguez have certainly... he on the left and Danny Rodriguez moved back centrally have certainly made a difference for us in this game so far. Fabas will take the corner. Diego can't get there. It wasn't the best of corners, to be honest. Vucic has gone off for them now as well. I'm going to just whip this towards the penalty spot and hope that we can get a man underneath it. Mbula couldn't bring that down. It became a Sola. Quite happy for him to have it out there, so I'm not pressuring him too much. Now they come central. Swooped into Alegria. Good block by Russo. That needed to be made. Would have been a worldie of a finish had he managed to have a clean shot on goal there. Sola, another block, this time from Andrade. The two central defenders working very hard to hold on to this clean sheet. And if we are to get promotion, we are going to have to work very hard between now and the end of the season, particularly because, evidently from today's episode, we are not the finished article yet with regards this level of football. We're not in an Espanyol position where they quite clearly are too good for the level that they're playing at with the squad that they have. We definitely are still one of the best sides in the division, but I mean, today's been an eye-opener, hasn't it? As we saw earlier in the season, we had one, episode 3 or 4 was a bit of an eye-opener as well, where we found ourselves picking up a couple of negative results and having a bit of a reality check saying, this isn't going to be as straightforward as we hope it might be. And we've been able to go on a bit of a decent run of form and get ourselves up into second and open up a bit of a gap. But now we're having that eye-opener again. And I wonder if it was against the same teams as well. I'll have a look back actually. Salva Sevilla gets his first touch of the ball of the season. I'll have a look back at that episode and see what teams it was that we were playing, and maybe it's just kind of history repeating itself, because it may well be a case of playing the same teams again. Let me mute this so it doesn't sound for you. I'll show you guys the growth of the sides as well. We had Espanyol in that month, and we also Espanyol. That was obviously a difficult game. We had Espanyol Oviedo. Yeah, we lost that game against Oviedo, didn't we? And then after Oviedo, we had Sporting. And the Sporting game was a 2-1 defeat as well, wasn't it? So, I mean, Sporting have beaten us twice now. And the eye-opener came against him. It was Oviedo, really, that was the eye-opener for me. I was like, we should be winning this, and we're not. And today, it's been the Vallecano result, where we should be winning that, and we haven't. Not only have we lost it, but we've lost it by quite a margin as well, and that's slightly concerning. But there's still time. There's still time to try and get ourselves towards that. Well, further away, more so than anything else, from that third spot. I say towards the top, but Espanyol just will not let up, will they? They're going for a Rangers-esque style season this year. 3 points still a gap to Alcacon. 5 points still a gap to Sporting. And let's show you how things have been going with regards to players' development this season. So Koke Vegas is up 2 to 72, so I'm pleased with that. He's only 25, so he should continue, hopefully will continue to grow for a little bit yet. Reina we expected to decline and has. Jaime Morientes is up 1 and continually improving with his development plan. Not quite as fast as I'd hoped, but you know, we should be able to get some decent growth out of him. Kufre's up 4 to 78. He's been one of the standout performers this year. Very, very pleased with him. And technically, he's extremely good as well. Can play at left mid. So if we do need a winger, I could push Kufre forward. I could push him forward and bring in a new left back and retrain Kufre as a midfielder. That's definitely... Considering we're going to be losing NDI at the end of the season, and we haven't really been utilising him that much this year either, maybe it would be cheaper to move Kufre forward and buy a defender than it would be to buy an attacker on the left-hand side of that midfield. Certainly something to consider for next season. Prada's growing a little bit. Pierre Cornudi's up 2, but not necessarily growing a massive amount either. Bravo is up 2. He's not really playing much, but I mean, he could perhaps even come in at left back, but 67 rated isn't necessarily a first team quality left back, really. Russo's up 3 to 72, and hopefully he continues to grow. Andrade is up 1 since we brought him in. Gonzalez up 1, even though minimal play time. Bella Kochap yet to grow, but I've only just put a development plan on him, and he's only 19, so plenty yet to come from him in this squad. Casas is up 2 to 70, and I'm hoping he'll continue to grow nicely as well. Once that training regime is complete, I plan on moving him or training him purely in his, to be fair actually, probably just continually as the defensive wide back, because his physical stats don't need changing, or his pace stats don't need changing too much. Maybe as a wide back to train him everywhere that isn't pace. That's actually only 5 weeks away, so maybe I do that now. Let's do that. Let's train him there, and hopefully we can get a bit more growth a little bit sooner. Fran Gamez is a player that we'll replace next season. Lombardo is up 2 despite minimal football, hoping to get him involved. I mean, he could even play at left mid next year if we trained his technical stats a bit heavier than we have been. Ndiaye obviously up 1, but he's in on loan. Junior is going to leave us at the end of the season. Josep Senier is 29 and 67 and not growing, despite, I presume, some decent football, at Sabadell, but obviously they're down the bottom. Salva Sevilla is down 5. Put is up 2, despite minimal football so far. Plenty of substitute appearances for him, but I've high hopes for him in my midfield. Antonio Sanchez is a player I wasn't sure about at the beginning of the save, but continually improving, up 3 to 72. Physically looks very good, and technically is certainly improving as well. He could even be a player we could consider at cam, although his finishing is only 47, so actually thinking about it, no, I definitely won't play him at cam. Fabas is up 4 as well. Excellent growth from him. One of the highest rated players we have at the club now. Insua is up, 9 overall, but obviously the position change did a lot of that. Physically, he's still good, but I'm not clicking with him yet. And I don't know what is the reason for that. Which stat needs to change first before we're able to get the most out of him? I don't know. Hopefully, just with more playtime, we'll be able to figure it out. And as he gets better as well, we'll just become better at using him. Danny Rodriguez, crucially, hasn't dropped in rating. 11 goals, 5 assists in 29 league games. Certainly still one of our best performers. Stoichkov is up 1 out on loan. Probably not going to feature in the team next year, though, but could be a decent money earner. Pablo Valcarte is probably going to be similar at 28 years of age. And Bula's up 4 at 21, and I'm very, very impressed with him. Hopefully he can continue on next season as well. He's showing great potential, supposedly. Cardona is up 3 to 77, as we previously mentioned in the episode. And again, one of our best goal scorers, 15 and 8 assists. 23 goal contributions in 28 games for him this season. He and Danny Rodriguez are basically dragging us through this year, aren't they? Ante Budimir is going to be sold next year. Alegria, we just played against him. He's definitely going to be sold next year as well. Igor Zlatanovic is a player that could potentially... technically, he's not that good, and he's a little bit older than Diabate. But Diabate is awful, technically, despite having more promising physical stats, or at least better pace, anyway. But he's growing okay, despite presumably no first-team football at Atletico. And Zlatanovic is at Sabadell as well, and not particularly... It's just tough to know what to do at striker, because if I don't have the finances to get Cardona in next year, I'm going to be desperate for a striker, aren't I? We could look for someone this season, and again, to confirm what I was saying earlier, it doesn't give me the option to buy Cardona, only to terminate the loan. And obviously, I don't want to do that. I want to try and buy him, but I don't have the option to right now. We have 17 million sat there in the budget. But obviously, that will get carried over to next season. I could try and sign someone like Hugo Dura, but I think because he's currently out on loan, I wouldn't be able to do so. It depends what division we're in, doesn't it, really? If we're La Liga, then maybe we could consider signing someone that's a little bit high-rated or a little bit higher potential. But at the moment, we look okay for promotion, but certainly not favourites for that second spot right now, or not clear favourites for that second spot. We hold it currently. We have a little bit of a gap, but form is indifferent. Tomorrow, Leganés, Lugo, Girona and Tenerife. 4 more games in March, before 4 more games in April, and then 5 in the month of May, including Alcorcón as well, which could definitively sway, either way, the promotion picture. Right, thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I apologise the results weren't what we were after, but hopefully you still found it entertaining and giving you a broader idea of where the squad is at this stage of the save. But another eye-opener today, but both eyes are open now. We did one eye-opener earlier on in the season, and now the other one has been opened, and we can see our promotion picture. We just need to follow it through, and hopefully we can do that tomorrow. I'll see you then.